Okay, it's two things that one I have a question about, and I think, damn, two I need to address. Is it the addressal? Damn, Ebony, this shit happen every time. We gonna have to cut that. But the question I have is, as a spiritualist, as a intuitive, as a medium, as an energy reader, what do you do when your guides or the spirit that's coming through does not like uh someone that you like their content? Like, you like their content, you find it humorous, enjoyable, you learn a little bit from them. They do kind of give you a little irritation feeling when they start talking about certain things, but you can kind of analyze and, like, put what they're saying in your own perspective and your own perception, of what they're saying. Like, you get it, but the way that they're talking about it is something that you don't mesh with, and your spirit guy obviously don't mesh with. And it's like, what do you do when your guides like want you to call somebody out, but you don't necessarily want no smoke because you don't give a fuck either way. Like, I'm not I'm not taking this shit in to the heart and believing every word that this person spews out their mouth, but I find their banter, the way that they, do what they do, entertaining. And it's just, sometimes the irritation come up, and I feel like the irritation be coming up because my guys are like, you you not speaking. It's sees the truth in it, but the way it's being presented is still like fear monger in a way. um does anybody have that problem? I'm kind of new with doing this on like a camera basis, and trying to decipher things for others, because I've been doing it for myself all my life. And then when I realized that it was a gift and everybody wasn't able to do it and able to tap in that way, and things happened to me where it was like, I was called to kind of be like, other people need to know this, because at some point you didn't know it, or you didn't believe in yourself enough to know that what was going on was, reality to you. People made me feel a way about, kind of going with my intuition, calling calling people out as far as their energy, not what their mask was, but like calling their energy out. So for a long time, and even still now, I toy back and forth with, you know, should I be doing this? And there are some things where it's like, if I'm listening to the self-sabotaging and the negative thoughts, it would be like, no, I shouldn't be doing this, because of different vanity and earth creature comfort, achievement, accolade type um, views. Still unlearning and relearning that kind of stuff myself. Whereas, like, should I be doing it? All the earthly evidence says that I shouldn't, but everything that's happening to me in the spirit, in the as above, so to say, is like confirmation of, yeah, you should do it, you should keep doing it, but you just got more to learn about how you want to present it, how you want to relay the message. So it's like, that's why I'm kind of back and forth, and not really back and forth, but kind of battling with certain downloads and messages that I get. Like I got a notebook that I get that I have. Well, I keep several notebooks. I'm going off on a tangent, y'all. I so apologize because it's not clear, and it seems like every time I I'm channeling something and I go to kind of like try to record it in the midst of it, if I got questions about it, it does kind of get kind of murky in that way, shape, or form. But also, me knowing me, I know I need to document it in some way, shape, or form so that I can come back to it, and continue to kind of get the clues that will continue to come to me about the message. So, you know, that's kind of why some of my messages, if it's not if I don't already have notes on it, it kind of seems scattered, as if I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. But that's really not the case. It's more or less like, I guess I'm being filtered by my guides in the moment so that I'm not telling too much of what's going on with me as far as my growth and how I do things, and giving the enemies the tea, so to say. Because me personally, I don't be worried about it. You can know what you can try to figure out whatever, from my birth chart to my Akashic records to whatever. I know within myself that nothing you do can change what's supposed to be attracted to me. Like, I'm never fearful in that way. That's why I use my real name. That's why it's not no gimmicks with me. Like, because I was called to do this out of a situation that most people would have went on some tell-all shit, but I know that wasn't what I was supposed to do. But I was supposed to learn and heal myself, and in turn pay it forward with giving people insight on how I did it, so that if it resonates with them, to do it themselves. I'm never going to call myself a teacher, because I feel like teachers are, puppeteers. If anything, I would want to be an educator, but I feel like that's not the major thing for me to do in this lifetime, being that Sagittarius is my south node. And if you know anything about south and north nodes, you know what my north node is, and it ain't necessarily aligned with being an educator, educating people, having a flock, so to say, because I don't necessarily want nobody following me. What's for me is for me. But have if you take away something from what I do, you know, by all means, take it, tweak it, make it your own. But I don't mimic as much as people like to think that I mimic, just because I use the same tools as another person. You won't ever find me using the same tool as a person and making it have the same meaning, because it's not going to have the same meaning for me. The way I interpret things are different, because my experience is different there. But also, as far as me, my experience being different, and being the fact that I am, well into my 30s, almost 40, before I kind of tapped into utilizing this as annoying. I've always, like I said, felt what I feel, and got the things that I got from divine source energy. But I have always been in the mode prior not always now, prior prior to 2015, I'ma say, I have always been kind of confused on, like, am I crazy, or is this, you know is this shit real? Like, gotten confirmations, but still it's like, I don't know, kind of thing. So that's why I wanted to know about if anybody else in their beginning stages had the same feeling that I'm having of, I like the person, I rock with the person, I like their personality, but a couple of my guides are like, nah, don't put too much stock into what this bitch is saying about certain things, you know. Um, and it only be certain things, that I just don't mesh with, as far as my learning goes, in the way that I learn things. But in the way that I learn things, I am able to take what that person says and kind of dissect it, and use my discernment on how it's supposed to be interpreted for me in my life. And I feel like that's what we need to do with anybody that we watch their content or seek advice from them. Like, take what a person says, but be able to kind of break it up, into little pieces to see if what's supposed to be taken at face value, like exactly as the person said it, or what is to be re-examined and put your lens over it and how you understand that topic of discussion. So, but I really don't know what the second thing that I wanted to say, that kind of flew away from me. So obviously, I don't need to talk about it right now. When I just thought that it was 11:11 on my timer. So that's kind of my question for anyone who kind of had a similar experience in their newer learning, in their newer spiritual awakenings. Because I think I'm up on my almost fourth, fifth spiritual awakening, and things are just, as you level up, it kind of, you need to do a little bit more work to interpret what's going on. So I feel like I should be able to reach out to, the community to kind of gauge, am I tripping? Or, is this a common thing that happens, as you level up and as you kind of grow? Like, because it wasn't, nah, I can't lie, from the beginning, the one spirit guide has always been like, nah, no. But here lately, I guess after my last awakening, another one is kind of like, you know go away from this, at least for a moment of time, while you do what it is that you need to do for yourself, like, because you just need to, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I'm gonna listen to them, but I still feel like I don't want to not indulge in the content because I do receive insight. Like, it's just, I'm kind of back and forth with it, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be dedicated, I'm gonna be obedient, I'm gonna be disciplined in what they tell me to do. But I just wanted to know if anybody else has had that experience, and if so, please leave me your experience, yes or no, some kind of feedback in the comments. I do appreciate it. If you do like any of my content, could you please like, comment, share? I usually don't say it in the readings or anything, but they're telling me like I kind of need to follow that script in order to be seen by those who need to see me. So yeah, this was impromptu and kind of all over the place, but I got questions. So help the sister out with some answers, or some, nah, you ain't, what I mean, kind of give me a little bit of time, what I mean? But thank you for everybody who made it this far, and anybody who comments, leaves a like, anybody who views. I do appreciate you all. No matter if you leave a comment, like, share, any of that, I appreciate the seconds, minutes, hours that you all spend with me. But I would, kind of like some insight on that, just being because I don't have really that much of a community here with me locally. But that's been 15 minutes of rambling, so I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all get back on to y'all day until y'all see me again next time. Peace.